Hello, it's Durgamata Chowdhury here. It's Sunday and we went to Quaker Meeting this morning. I want to share with you my experience of meeting. If you don't know about Quakers, they're a branch of Christian church where the message is shared by anybody, not just by somebody who's trained as a vicar or a priest. And the main part of the meeting is in silence. So this morning we were sitting in meeting and I was feeling a profound sense of the community and the support and the love of everybody, and I was feeling a strong sense of love for them. And I was remembering how growing up in the Quakers it was just a lovely family to be in, and I was feeling a sense of gratitude. And then with the gratitude and the love, I started to reflect on what I love most about the Quakers. And it started with George Fox in the 1600s, and he got frustrated in the regular church because the vicar was always standing up and reading from the Bible and talking about what the great saints and people did or said. And he felt, what canst thou say? In other words, religion shouldn't be about what other people have said or other people have done. It should be part of your own life, what you can say. And another thing which I love, which George Fox said, was try to come to a point in your life where you can walk cheerfully over the world, answering that of God in all. And a lot of people tear their hair out about what is God, and I don't believe in an old man who's got a good nature and wants to look after everybody because look at the world. And they forget that actually God is within us. He's not just outside of us. He's in everything He's created. He's deep inside our own hearts, and if we don't find Him there and in each other's hearts, we've got problems. So what canst thou say? And walk cheerfully over the world, answering that of God in all. And then I started to feel that sense of that I was possibly being asked to give ministry, that it was possibly a message that I should share with everybody. But when you really know that you should give ministry, you can feel it. It's like why the Quakers are called Quakers, because the Religious Society of Friends, when George Fox was asked about it, he said when he felt the Spirit of God moving in him, he shook, he quaked. And then they were given the nickname, like a joke, or the old Quakers. And actually, when you know you have got ministry, you do feel that sense of something in your heart which is making you almost unable to be still. And I thought, well, I'm not really sure that this is ministry I should share. But there's another thing which comes from the Quaker tradition. There was a very quiet meeting when nobody spoke one time, and afterwards somebody said to another friend, "Was thee faithful? Were you actually aware that you should share something, but then you started to get nervous and didn't?" And I thought, well, actually, if I don't share this and it gets to the end of meeting, I probably will be feeling I should have done, that I should have been faithful. So then I was just holding all of this in my heart and meditating. And I remembered a prayer or a poem of my own spiritual teacher, Sri Chinmoy, which always helps me to feel my direction if I'm a bit confused or a bit thrown. And somehow it fitted into the issues of what canst thou say, looking for, walk cheerfully over the world, answering that of God in all, and was thee faithful. So I stood up and I shared these inner experiences. First, the gratitude and the love to grow up in such a warm and supportive spiritual family. And secondly, the three great tenets of Quakerism, which I find so inspiring. What canst thou say? What canst thou say? How does your faith affect your life and how you live it? And walk cheerfully over the earth, answering that of God in all, that God isn't separate. God is in us and He's in all things, and that's where we need to know Him and reach Him. And finally, was thee faithful, that I actually have to be courageous enough and have confidence to share when I feel something. And I concluded with the poem, which is, there is but one philosophy, God can be seen with our aspiration cry. There is but one religion, my life's sunrise begins with God's compassion beauty. There is but one code of life, I live to love God. I live to love God. God lives to purify me and perfect me, so that he can hoist his victory banner in the battlefield of my life. I hope you enjoyed this. I was delighted to find that several people after meeting thanked me and said it had been very helpful for them, and that inspired me to share it with you as well.